This week, Apple came out swinging with some crazy software, some crazy names, and even some crazy prices. So the naming scheme for this iPhone, this year's iPhone, would be the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and then the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Apple also invented a new word, right? Like, who invents a new word? So Apple also invented a new word this year: slow-fee. So it's where you have the front-facing camera and you take a selfie, but it's a selfie video in slow motion. Mainly for like people with hair, they're doing something, funny or something like that. We're like, and their hair is blowing. Nah, not for me. Some of the other services that they're going to roll on that are pretty cool would be something like Apple TV Plus. And some of the other, camera features are kind of cool. Like you can see, 4 camera angles at once. They have like the regular angle, the wide angle, the front facing, like the ultra wide angle. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. So people always say that Apple is known for being stylish. And honestly, this year, I'm going to have to agree. I've watched a lot of Pocket Now, and Jaime has talked about how ugly the phone is. Mr. Who's the Boss, he did like this little comparison of a couple different phones and like a dummy phone. And a lot of people don't like the way that the new iPhone looks. The iPhone, I believe it's the Pro or the Pro Max, in that midnight green, I think they call it. Oh my God, that looks great. It's kind of like an army greenish, but then like around the camera lens, there's like these little like raised kind of rings. It kind of looks like something modular. It looks really cool. I don't think that they're modular. I don't think that you can actually clip anything onto them. But the look of it, hands down, it might be one of the coolest camera setups that I've seen. It's not very sleek. It's a little bit more rugged, but it just looks a little bit more like industrial, I guess we'll have to see what it looks like, in store, because I ain't buying it. But I know that some people who like Apple, Dad, they want to hear about it. What's the latest iPhone, that's out? And a lot of people, who tune into the channel, I'm really going to start focusing more on tech. So let's take a look at some of the options for the new iPhone. So if you buy a new iPhone, you will get Apple TV Plus for free for 1 year. Look, the prices, they're pretty reasonable. Look at the iPhone 8, right? You get the iPhone 8 starting at $499. Now, obviously, that's like 64 gigs of storage, and it's the base model and things like that. Once you start to add on, the price goes up and up. But $499, and you get Apple TV free for a year, which is $499, so $5 a month. So you figure $60 off. So you're kind of getting the phone for, what is it, $440? So under $450 for a newer iPhone, and you get Apple TV for free. Or I'm sorry, Apple TV and you get a new iPhone, and the iPhone, whatever. You understand what I'm saying. The iPhone XR or the XR, looking at $599, $699 for the iPhone 11. And that's a base model new version. So the old one was the XR. So instead of making a new 11R, they just called it the iPhone 11. And the $1,000 or $999 for the iPhone 11 Pro, and $1099 for the iPhone Pro Max. Like I said, these prices sound great, but they're starting at 64 gigs. The Samsung, their new ones are starting at 128 or 256 gigs, some crazy number like that. That's there is no expandable memory on the iPhones. So if you're getting a phone that starts at 64 gigs, that's it. That's all you're going to get is 64 gigs. And you can use cloud storage and things like that, Dropbox. But these phones, the new ones, can shoot, I think it's like 4K, 60 frames per second. That's a huge file. Like, huge. It doesn't really seem that enticing to me. But here's the real question. WWGD. What would Google do? And Google has the opportunity to really steal the show this year. Samsung with the Note 10 Plus. It's got a lot of great features, but it missed the ball. You know, headphone jack, high refresh rate, that punch out. A lot of people don't mind the punch out. The new phone that I have, the A50, has a little teardrop notch, or like a little dip notch. I don't really mind it too much, but it would be nice to have full screen, and on a flagship phone that costs, you know, upwards of $1,000. I want my entire screen, and I want it to be high refresh rate, especially if OnePlus can do it for $300 to $400 cheaper. But thanks for watching. This is your boy GR8JASM. Oh, and I'm out.
Yo, I ain't gon' front, you know what I'm saying? Nigga living. It's about time. CMP, shit is going my way, you know what I mean? There ain't nothing like it. Yeah. It ain't nothing like paying them bills on time. Enough dough left to know that we still gon' shine, but it's never enough.